Today we're going to be building this sweet looking computer cabinet out of walnut plywood with only a couple basic tools. The cabinet is made out of a sheet and a half of plywood and it's a little bit wonky looking. That's because it's going to be used as a lab station, so it's going to house some servers and some specialty computers. With that said, you can make this some slight modifications to the design and turn it into an awesome bar, cabinet, or entertainment system. As I've been showing, the two ends of the cabinet open to allow for easy access to the contents, and it's built using only 5 different sized boards. I started by trimming off some of the rough sides of the plywood, then I cut the top, the bottom, and the back from the first sheet, and the doors in the front from the second sheet. I'm using a track saw to break down the plywood, but you could just as easily use a circular saw or a table saw for that matter. This is a very straightforward build. The only real tricky part is to make sure that the grain flows how you want it to, and also to limit the amount of waste from the cutoff of the plywood. To connect everything together, I'm using pocket holes for a number of reasons. 1, it's super fast, and 2, I want to be able to take this apart later if I need to expand the body of the cabinet. Craig was kind enough to sponsor this video. As most of you probably know, I've been a longtime fan of Craig, and I actually reached out to them to see if they wanted to work together, so I was really excited when they sent me the Craig Jig K5 pocket hole system. While I have another smaller Craig pocket hole jig, which I'll link in the description below, the K5 allowed me to drill all the holes I needed and put the whole cabinet together in like 20 minutes. I also love that it's got a shop vac attachment, so that really reduced the amount of waste and junk that was flying around the shop. Anyway, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. Once the pocket holes were all drilled, all I had to do was screw everything together. I'm going for a more industrial utilitarian type look here, so if you wanted something a little more refined, you could also either fill the holes with dowels or use glue instead. However, because the way I designed this, you're never going to see the screws anyway. Next, I cut the cross supports using my table saw. You wouldn't actually have needed these, but since I'm going to put a bunch of heavy equipment inside, I felt like it was probably a good idea. Again, I used pocket holes to attach these. I also trimmed the doors down to their final width now that I had the body of the cabinet actually built. Then I installed the 4 cross supports on each corner, which added quite a bit of strength. Next, I installed the caster wheels. This allowed me to get the whole thing off of my workbench so I could work on the doors. This is actually my first time installing these European style hinges. It was actually pretty easy. You just measure out and drill a 35mm hole on the doors and then attach the hinges to the body of the door. The measurements vary depending on the thickness of your board and also the hinges you bought, so just check the instructions on the hinges that you purchased. I wanted to add some airflow, so I cut holes in the front and back for a vent and a fan. I initially used tape to reduce tear out, or at least I thought it would reduce tear out. It actually just made it more difficult, so I removed it and tried again. Then I sanded everything down with 220 grit sandpaper, and I'll say it's really nice working with plywood since it doesn't require that much sanding. And I finished it with 3 coats of wipe on poly, and oh man, look how nice that grain pops out when you apply the poly. That's one of the most satisfying things there is. Once the finish was dry, I had a chance to install the vents and the fans, and then I went to the doors. I know there's jigs you can buy for installing these types of hinges, and that would definitely be helpful. If you're doing a lot of them, then that would make sense. Just doing 2, it's not that big of a deal. Just take your time, be precise, get everything square. And I found it was helpful to set the piece up on boards like this so that then I could have my door flush and tape the top. Once I had it installed where I wanted it, I could go inside, drill some pilot holes, screw in parts of the hinges, and then come back, open the door, and finish them off, make sure they're in the right place. Usually these types of hinges have fine tuning screws on them which allow you to adjust the location of the door after it's installed so you can get it just in the right location. And that was pretty much it. I love how this turned out. I have several really good ideas for other projects made from walnut plywood, including a bar, maybe one that raises and lowers, and another bed. This was a fairly quick project to complete and it looks really good. Thanks so much to Craig for sponsoring the video. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Also, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.